Hey yo, it's your boy Steven, aka The Visualizer, back with another video of My Journey series, episode 6. Last episode, I talked about how I discovered the profoundness of randomness and how nothing is random, and also how I started understanding messages that I received through music and videos, and those things helped really guide me make good intuitive decisions kind of on my path forward. So today's episode, I'm going to talk about two topics that kind of came up next, and those are the topics of love and dreams. So these kind of both came up from a lot of the videos that I was watching and the kind of education that I was getting on God and living righteously, if you will. And it was really stressed in almost all of these videos how important a force that love is. And I've come to realize over the past half a year that it is the most important force in the world. And it's really unfortunate that a lot of the problems in the world today are caused by people either not being willing to share love or being hesitant in receiving it. So a lot of people just are uncomfortable expressing themselves out of fear of rejection, abandonment. They don't want to be looked at a certain way by people. They are going off of, comparing themselves to other people and trying to uphold a false self-image. And then on the receiving side, a lot of people, when kind of good things happen, their first instinct is like they're suspicious about it. Like people have ulterior motives or whatever. And it's just the way that we've kind of been conditioned in this kind of era of negativity, if you will. And personally, I mentioned kind of in one of my first videos how I felt like I grew up kind of in a lack of love, and it was really more or less from a receiving perspective that I didn't understand how to receive it in a different way though than kind of I just described. So starting kind of, I think maybe in my mid-teens, kind of when I started struggling in high school and college with relationships, and kind of my self-esteem dropped and I got hurt a bunch of times, I kind of closed myself off to the world, which I had mentioned. And when you do this, I actually remember very vividly when I was in my late teens, kind of crying in my bedroom one day, and I made an oath to myself that I would never be hurt like this again. I can't remember exactly what it was from. It was just some kind of a huge disappointment and relationship thing. And those things actually sink into what's known as your subconscious, or your kind of inside voice, or your inside knowing. And that dictates kind of how you behave and how you act, how your body acts, which is crazy. And kind of ever since then, I've been very closed off, detached. I've told people over the years that I feel dead inside, that I don't really feel anything. And that's gotten worse over time. I used to feel joy and excitement at things, and anxiety, and I used to anticipate things and have all the normal feelings that normal human beings do. And that just kind of gradually kind of repressed itself and went away, especially as I isolated and stopped dealing with people kind of in my 20s and early 30s. When you don't practice something or you don't kind of deal with it regularly, your body's like, oh, we don't need this anymore. And then also my subconscious was really going out of the way to protect me from being hurt like I asked it to. It was very obedient. So whenever bad situations would come up, instead of dealing with them or letting it affect my emotions, I would just completely turn off, or I would retreat or isolate myself to get away from it. And basically my body wouldn't feel the pain or the disappointment in such an intense manner. And right now, what I'm doing right now, as I make these videos, I'm out in Oregon, kind of on a spiritual journey, and I'm working very hard to reverse these effects. So I'm working with a lot of people right now in a lot of different directions, people that specialize in body awareness, hypnosis, energy healing, and some psychiatry, and just hitting this from every different angle, because it's really a deep thing that takes a lot of effort to kind of work through. So I am really putting my best effort into unrepressing my feelings and emotions so that I can feel and express myself more vividly in the future, because it's an important part of life. And when you don't have that, you're really missing out. And I think it led to a lot of the unfulfillment that I've kind of felt in my life, just being dead inside. So that's love. It's so important, and I didn't really understand the concept a lot either, where, again, I didn't feel like I was receiving it. I was always like expecting that I would feel warmth from people. And even when people did like nice things for me, it would just completely like not do anything to me. I wouldn't feel anything. So I was like, okay, I don't feel love. And again, I've always been a good dude, and I've always given time and like mind share and helped a lot of people in my life. And I didn't understand that those are actions of love. And I talked to a lot of people close to me a few months ago when I was really going through this dilemma about love. And they were like, dude, you give love more than anybody I know. That's crazy that you don't understand this. It was kind of like very one-sided. So just, if you can learn anything from what I just said there, hopefully it resonates with someone. And then I'm going to change topics a bit onto dreams. So again, the videos that I was watching, it was stressed in the messages from, I'm going to call them from God, because that's where I felt they were from, that you should really start looking into your dreams again and to dream big, and to like have things to look forward to, because I had kind of given up on goals. I just turned 40. I just figured like, there was not much else I could do. I was boxed in at like a comfortable job, and there wasn't a whole lot of like hope for me to like do anything else like big. And I'd gone so long without being in a serious relationship that I gave up on that and like having a family or anything. And it was just like, I'm just going to keep doing the things I do until my body gives out. But we're never supposed to give up on our dreams. And the crazy thing is, I've learned a lot about dreams and goals in the past 9 months. And it's kind of hard to explain or articulate, but when you imagine a dream and you kind of like feel that, and I'm talking about like when you really want to dream up something for yourself, because there are dreams where like you just have random ass dreams, it could be anything. But if you have dreams or goals or aspirations and you imagine them, you are actually creating the possibility of attaining them in the universe through energy. They will not exist until you actually like put a positive intention that that's something that you desire or that you want or you need. So I started doing that. And one important thing I learned about dreams far too late is that you have to be careful with who you share them with. You should only share your dreams with people that you can 100% trust. And that's not going to be many people in your life, because even there are people in my life I shared dreams with, and I was very open because I've been an open book about a lot of this stuff. I had a lot of old videos on my YouTube channel that are hidden right now that I talked in great detail about things that I was dreaming and planning and working towards. And there are forces in the world that will use that against you. So what I would say is, don't hesitate to dream big, no matter how old you are. Everything is still attainable, and it can come quicker than you think, with much less effort than you would anticipate as well. I'm going to put back up on my channel some videos about manifesting that I created a couple months ago, because I think most of them are still relevant. And with dreams, when I first started out, again, I was looking at this from kind of a faith perspective, almost like through the lens of Christianity, because that's kind of what my awakening kind of felt like, with the whole Holy Spirit kind of talking to me. I was trying to see it from that angle before I kind of grew out of that mindset. And my understanding was like dreams are something that you should pray for. And I would just do the old school kind of thing that I learned kind of in the Catholic religion, where you like pray to God and you ask him for something, and then you just hope and you wait for things to happen for you. And unfortunately, I've learned that that's not how any of this works. And I can't say that I'm some expert on this topic or manifestation in general, but I've had some success with manifestation with kind of techniques that I've learned, that I've pulled from a lot of different sources and a lot of people who know way more than me. So the difference between manifestation is, you are visualizing it, you're feeling it, you're being very clear about what you want and need, and then you are also striving to find actions to follow up to kind of make these things happen. So it's almost like you're turning dreams into goals to a degree, and everything works out in different timing, and there's no right way to do this. And again, I'm not an expert, but I really reframed my understanding of how I could attain my dreams, going from just hoping and praying to manifesting and taking action. And I have made some real progress on a lot of the real pie in the sky dreams that I thought up, many months ago. So I think I'm going to end it there because we're going a little long. So again, thank you for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it or found anything in there, I'd appreciate a like. It will help get this on other people's timelines and spread it so maybe that one other person could see it and it can help them out in some profound way. Anyway, I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you have any questions or you want to chat about this or anything else. Otherwise, have a great day. Peace, love, and light.